Hey guys, this is Wendy from Wendolonia, and today I'm going to do a flip through of my August 2018 Traveler's Notebook. I do one of these notebooks pretty much every month. Sometimes I combine 2 months into one album if I don't have a lot of photos for that time period. But in this case, I did have plenty of photos, and so I did an entire album. Now, I started this last summer, and then I kind of let it fester for a long time. Fester isn't a very nice word. I just let it sit because I got distracted with other projects. That's probably a better way of putting it. So I did let it sit, but then I found it the other day and I was like, you know what, I should just knock out the rest of this. I had already printed all the photos. I had all kinds of supplies gathered. And so over the last, like a couple weekends ago, I just finished the whole thing in one weekend, what was left. So this is done in a Studio Calico's Traveler's Notebook. I used the kit. You'll see a lot of the products from that kit. I don't remember the name of the kit. It's probably not available anymore. But just so you know, that's where I got it. I love their albums. They have pattern paper inside, and usually one side is grid, one side is a pattern paper. They work great for my purposes. So highly recommend these kits. They're really cute. I always like them. So let's dive into it. Now, the first layout we have here is pretty simple. This is one of the ones I did just a couple weeks ago, and it says where we drop in boys. If you have a teen or tween boy, and probably some of the girls too, you know exactly what's going on in these photos. This is about my kids' Fortnite obsession. I didn't really feel the need to say anything about it because I feel like we already talk about Fortnite too much at my house. But what I did was I just stamped out the title, Where We Drop in Boys, and then I put in a couple of pictures of my kids as they were for a good chunk of last summer and this summer, actually, because they still are playing Fortnite, especially with the new release of Fortnite 2. They're going nuts with it. So I also have a few Fortnite stickers. I don't remember where I got them from. I think I got them from Amazon, but I'm not sure. So I can't give you a source on those. And then I have a couple stars here and there. So really simple page. I really was trying to finish this album quickly, so I wasn't doing a lot of complicated stuff. Sometimes you're doing scrapbook pages to have fun and use supplies and be really creative. And sometimes you're just doing scrapbook pages because you want to finish your album. And that's what I was doing in a lot of these cases. So this next layout is called Bye Bye Brennan's. Brennan's was a beloved Hofbrau in Berkeley, California. It had been there for, 30, 40 years, a hugely long time. 50 years, it says right here. And I've been going there since I first moved to the Bay Area. My family's been going there for that. You know, my husband's been going there the entire time he's lived here, and our kids have been going there their whole lives. And last summer it closed. They just couldn't afford the rent, which is a big problem here in the Bay Area. And we were very, very sad to see them go. So we had to go one last time in their final month and get a turkey hot plate, go through the cafeteria line. My husband loved their beers, and you know, you have to get a Guinness when you're going to an Irish pub. That's what he's drinking there. So just a little remembrance of one of our favorite places. Okay. Oh, and sorry, I have a cup of tea Saturday morning, and I'm just having a leisurely sort of cup of tea while I talk to you guys. I'm going to try not to slurp on camera. I will edit any slurps out, I promise. All right, so this is another one of the more recent pages I did. It's about my son's high school registration. He is in his sophomore year now, but he was heading into his freshman year last summer, obviously. So it's pretty simple. I let the pattern paper on this page stand on its own. Totally awesome. Let the good time roll. Let's have some fun. All of this stuff is sort of reflected the excitement of starting high school. Then I used some navy blue stickers to write out high school registration. And I have a few little fabric tabs from the Pink Fresh Studios Office Hours collection. I love these. They're so cute. So they just say, you can, fresh start, be positive. So we're hoping, to have a good start to high school. Next, I have a layout, and I think I have a process video for this one. And if I do, I will link it up above. This is about the first time I taught a class on making bento boxes. I was very, very, very nervous to do this class. I'm not super confident with public speaking, and I actually barely told anyone I was doing it because I was actually afraid there would be too many people there. It was at our local public library, which was dumb. It went great. The people in the audience were fantastic and fun and excited. There were lots of good questions. There weren't too many people, but there also wasn't like the librarian sitting there listening to me, which would have been my worst nightmare. So anyway, that's what this page is about. And hopefully I have that process video, which I will link up above. All right, next is a couple photos of my son from when his grandma and grandpa were visiting. And we stopped to get gas, and on a whim, when I went in to pay, I grabbed everyone a lottery ticket. And he won. He won like $19, or well, it must have been $20. I don't know how much it was, but he won $20. So I used really simple page. It was a joke about how he's a hustler. He kind of is a hustler, so it was accurate. This is also from that Pink Fresh Studios Office Hour collection, the die cuts. Cute pictures. Another photo of my son, Augie. Last year he had this awesome Galaxy suit that he got at Target. He loved it. I loved it. I think it's my favorite swimming suit he's ever owned. And so I just wanted to take a picture of him in it. I think he asked me to take this picture. So I stamped out Augie's Galaxy suit using kind of an ombre effect with the inks. And then I have a couple pieces of Galaxy tape on there too. Just a cute picture. This page is about my son meeting up with a very old friend of his. This boy here was his best friend from when he was about 2 to when he was about 6, and then he moved away. And we were so sad when this family moved away. They lived just around the corner from each other, and the boys loved playing together. They were the best of friends, and we tried to keep up the friendship after they moved, but it was a little tricky just because they live in the Bay Area, but they live over an hour away. So you can have to travel a long way. So they just kind of grew apart over time. But the story here is great because this is one of his current friends who he's known for several years. And without knowing it, these two boys went to preschool together, and none of us realized that they all knew each other. So they had a preschool reunion, and the moms started talking, and they realized that they both knew Wyatt. So on the spur of the moment, they decided to see if they could drop by our house, and they did. And we were so excited to see this boy and his mom, who was my friend. So it was a really lovely way to spend a couple hours just seeing each other and reminiscing and chatting and seeing how everyone was doing. So it was really great. This one, there's not a lot to say about this photo. It just was cute. And my kids love to get into my bed at night. And specifically, they get on my side of the bed. I don't know why they never get on their dad's side of the bed. So they crawl in there to read a book or something, and then they fall asleep, and I have to wake them up when I want to go to bed. So this is just a bed stealer layout, and it's just really simple. I used the paper from the notebook, and then I added in a bunch of enamel dots. I stamped this out and fussy cut it out too. Next, another really simple page. This is of this beautiful, beautiful sunset that we saw from our front porch. We get these gorgeous sunsets, but we have all these ugly power lines in front of our house, but we're kind of used to it. So, you know, it's sort of like just another beautiful everyday El Cerrito sunset. And this is a stamp. I added this little stamp. It's from I think it's from a Studio Calico kit, but it came with one of the Traveler's Notebooks kits, so it's not available for sale. This funny page is about my teenage troll. My son, I just printed out a funny text conversation that my son and I had. He loves to try and tease me and act like he's a bad teenager when he's actually a very, very, very good teenager. Another photo of my boy Augie. He turned 10 at the end of August. That's why his name is August, because he was born in August. And it's just a few cutie pictures of him posing with a number 10. The background, I used a Studio Calico stamp subscription set that came with these great numbers and icons. I stamped very lightly 10 and some birthday cakes in some very light gray ink. And then I used this one to write a little spot of journaling. All right, so this one is of the first day of school. Our next door neighbor has lived next to us for years and years and years and years. I don't know, 5 years, 6 years, something like that, since he was very young. And this is actually, when he first moved here, there wasn't space in our neighborhood school where Augie went. And so he went to a different school for a long time. So this year, we were very excited that he was finally going to be attending our neighborhood school. And this was the first day of school, and the boys walked to school together. So this is just a photo of me. It's a selfie that I liked. I thought I was cute, and so I decided I just wanted to put it in my album. I didn't have anything to say, so all I did was I used puffy letter stickers from Pink Fresh Studio. All of this is from that Office Hours collection. I guess I was sort of diving into it when I was doing this. And I wrote out, feeling cute, might delete later, as one would on Instagram. And I added in these cute little, like, just little stickers and stuff from that collection. Next is an extremely unflattering photo of my family, but we don't get group photos very often. My parents took this when they were visiting us, and we're on our steps. I'm bright red. Everyone's bright red, so I think it was partially the light because it was at sunset. And I stuck it on this gorgeous paper. I love this paper, where it had there's some sort of text right here behind, but I wasn't interested in that, so I just put the photo on top of it so that the stripes could radiate out from that. And I just said, the coat please, love spending summer with my sweaty guys, because we were also all sweaty. First day of school photo. Boys were starting 4th grade and 9th grade. I always take the same photos of them on our front porch, so I have one of them together and one of each of them separately, and a little bit of journaling about each of them starting school. And then here are some more portraits of my Augie on his 10th birthday. I die cut some balloons from some cute pattern paper. And then I have a picture of, he had a strawberry whipped cream cake for his birthday I made for him. So just some pictures of him blowing out the candles, and this cute picture of him holding a bunch of balloons for his birthday. And then the last is about his birthday party. This is the last page at this place locally called Wendolonia, where you can go and rent computers and play video games. And so I took some of his good friends there, and they did some VR, they did ate a bunch of snacks and that kind of stuff. So very fun for them. And that wraps it up. So I hope you enjoyed seeing what I put together in this traveler's notebook. I'll try and link supplies that are still available down below. And if you liked this video, I would appreciate it if you could give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. So again, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.